各位朋友们，大家好，欢迎观看《海的呼唤》白金流程第4期。本期我们将会去完成第5招的流程。游到传送门处，按上自己的右手。本章将会多次以这种方式在陆地和水下进行切换。
It's hard for me to understand how these gates work. What happens every time I cross one of them?
调查此处的机关，把握时机，分别按下左右的按钮，让左右2条水路的水能同时到达中间区域即可。这个机关本章后面还会遇到多次。
The island is pierced by underground currents.
回到陆地。
That architecture again. Where is this gate going to lead me now? What a quiet and peculiar place.
按下此处的机关。
I wonder who
调查黑水锦衣。
I understood that.
调查黑水井2。
Heaven, slaves and masters and Nicole. Wasn't Nicole in the notes? Although they are the same style, these huts are much simpler than the magnificent
调查沿路的2
architecture I've
幅
seen
壁
up
画。
to now. Whoever the inhabitants were, they were living here against their will. Someone vandalized this mural. 按视频演示的顺序，调查石柱子上的标记，并确认在笔记本上做好了记录。 I wonder if they mean something. I better draw them just in case.
调查黑水井3。
Is that black blood? How can I explain what's happening to me? What is the meaning of all this? God's blood, transformation, eternal life. I feel like I'm going through what was written in that inscription.
调查黑水井4。
Black blood in eyes, like in the well.
原路返回并开启3处机关。调查黑水井5。
Water animal. Is that what I am now?
按下此处的机关。按下这一侧的机关。
This civilization used these devices to raise and lower the water level. It's impressive. 利用传送门来到水下。 调整箭头朝上，让左右2条水路的水能同时到达中间区域，改变水流方向。同样的方法，改变此处的水流方向。 This underwater town town is a beautiful place.
调查水
Has
窖的壁画
also，seen a lot. They rebelled against their masters. The slaves seemed to worship two gods. They rebelled against their masters. The slaves seemed to worship two gods.
调查此处听到奇怪的声音，
This looks like an altar dedicated to two figures. I can hear them talking to me.
在附近的角落处找到头冠、解锁奖杯、水底王族。
Isn't this the tiara from... wait, I can't remember the name of my hometown.
《调查黑水井6》。
So these creatures are immortal?
调查黑水井7，解锁奖杯纳卡幻象。
The sunken continent. Was that their punishment?
调查该场景的另一幅壁画。
Different types of creatures of the same species lived here, but they weren't free.
开启通道的门，利用水流去往下一场景。
I made it. My illness has kept me from being happy. What I feel now is the complete opposite of being sick. I feel full of life and energy, even better than before my illness.
"按下这一侧的机关。
Now the water level is really low, so I can access that tunnel. These creatures lived like slaves, all their lives imprisoned and tortured in this place. Was it possible to live a decent life in here? If you've lived all your life in a prison, how would you know that you are a prisoner? Now I can enter this tunnel.
回到水下，找到水流控制装置，调整水流方向。
This current is quite strong. I wonder where it will take me.
"解锁奖杯，暗流激涌。
That was quite a ride, but it's over now. That ladder. Someone set up camp in here.
调查
Looks
此
like
处的
a
两幅壁
means
画，
of transportation to get to that sanctuary. Seems to show two possible courses of action. One means transformation, and the other means death?
爬上自爬梯。
What is this?
调查蜡烛旁的信和贴在墙上的纸片和地图。
Did I almost forget about Harry?
My dear old pal. It's only Cass and me now. I have much to thank her for, even if our friendship is worn thin due to hunger and fatigue. If she hadn't insisted so much, we'd never have convinced Tearoa. He guided us as we followed the river down from the mountain peak. And that's how we found this entrance. And the mural. Maybe I can't undo what's happening to you, Nora, but I think I can try to become like you. The original inhabitants of this island took slaves to a sanctuary, and there they performed a ritual. Teaharoa said the ritual was madness, and he didn't want any part of it. He and Cass argued, violently. When we woke up the next morning, he had left. I know it sounds strange, but you have to trust me, my love. I know this is going to work, and we can be together. You understand what that means, don't you, Nora? We have a second chance. With more love than ever, Harry.
Harry? What ritual are you talking about? Why on earth would you want to? Somebody painted these symbols on the wall. You followed the river from the temple summit, and it took you some days to find this entrance.
调查石凳上的纸片。
So the guide left the expedition. That would explain the workshop on the white sand beach, where I arrived.
爬下直爬梯，这一次是要4个方向的水流同时到达中间区域才可解开。
It's much more elaborate. This must be my transportation to the sanctuary.
来到第5章的尾声了，确认一下笔记本上的笔记和日志收集情况。结束第5章，解锁奖杯沉默。好了，本期就到这里了，我们下一期继续终章的流程。
It all makes sense. Nothing bad is going to happen to me here, as menacing as this place might look. The island, the ooze, those sea creatures. They're just defending themselves, like a wild animal against an unknown threat. That's how they perceived the expedition, like a threat. But I, on the other hand, I wasn't a threat. And I definitely wasn't unknown, was I? They seemed to recognize me, as if I was one of their own. Everything seems so distant now, as if I first stepped on that white beach thousands of years ago. A full moon? It can't be. Yesterday was a new moon. Did I lose track of time, or maybe this place isn't subject to the laws of physics? That's the only explanation I can find for this surreal night. It's hard to believe everything is real. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I'll open my eyes sometime and I'll be back in our home in Inglewood and everything will be as before. My perfectly ordinary life with Harry. My daily routines. My illness. That will be as before too. And then I'll need to shake off this strange feeling that I have now. Feeling that I don't really belong there anymore. And with there, I don't mean Englewood, or Boston, or Newburyport. I mean... how is it possible that the strange events of only 2 days on this island makes more sense to me than the life that I've been living for years? There it is. The sanctuary. So is this where you went, Harry? Was this your last stop?